gotta dream it, like you mean it. Embrace the vision, no need to conceal it. Feeling masterpiece, the colors so bright. Aim for the stars, reach new heights. Align your life, don't let it design you. Chase your dreams, make them all come true. Dance to the rhythm, move with the beat. You're the creator, get up on your feet. Then you gotta dream it, like you mean it. Embrace the vision, no need to conceal it. Daydream masterpiece, the colors so bright. Aim for the stars, reach new heights. Design your life, don't let it design you. Chase your dreams, make them all come true. Dance to the rhythm, move with the beat. You're the creator, get up on your feet.
Peace, peace, peace. What's up? What's good? What's happening? This is Coach Bay, and welcome to another episode of Design Your Life, where we highlight extraordinary people that have designed and crafted a beautiful life around their dreams, their goals, their talents, and their aspirations. And today is actually a really special episode because today is the first time that we're doing Design Your Life Futures. And Design Your Life Futures is highlighting young people who are crafting a beautiful life, and they're pretty much on the beginning of their journey, but they're still doing outstanding things outside of the box. And today I've got an outstanding young man, and he is a son, he is a brother, he's also a former high school basketball star in California, and he is a phenomenal phenom overseas in basketball as well. I want to bring in my man, Zykiar Z. Henderson. What's happening, Z?
Nothing
What's up,
chilling.
man?
What's going on?
How you feeling, brother?
Good. I feel good.
Yeah, thank you for giving me some of your time. I appreciate it.
No problem always.
Absolutely. All right, we're gonna jump right into it. All right. So first, I want you to start and tell us where you're from, where you're born and raised.
I was born and raised in Bakersfield, California.
Okay. So just growing up, right? How old are you right now?
19. I just turned 19
19.
this year.
Just turned 19. Happy birthday.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Okay, so
Appreciate it.
growing up, what was the environment like growing up as a kid in Bakersfield? Were you from like in the house? What was it like? And outside when you went outside? Like I know, when I grew up, outside was crazy, it was dangerous, was all kinds of
Yeah.
stuff going on. So
Yeah.
when you were growing up as a kid, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years old, what was the environment like in the house and outside when you went outside?
Uh, it wasn't really like a bad environment. My mom
Okay.
never my mom never really let us live on the bad side of Bakersfield. It was just the time with my dad. Like it was kind of rough outside when I was living with my dad. So
Okay.
but other than that, everything in the household was good. I had my siblings. I mean, I had my mom. So I feel like everything was good.
Nice. Would you got brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I got 13 siblings.
13 of them.
Yeah.
Getting busy. 13 of them. Okay. You know all their names? Can you say all their names right now?
Nehru, Janae, Lance, Raymond, Yasmin, Jabari, Zamaya, Zakias, and then I think it's like three more left.
Okay. All right. Look, I'll put you on the spot. Okay. Now let's fast forward real quick. So in elementary school, you hooped in elementary school.
Yeah,
Okay. What elementary school did you go to in Bakersfield?
I went to Zephyr Lane Elementary.
Okay. And what was that like from a basketball standpoint? Like, were you good? Were you just like an RA player kind of fitting in? Were you the number
Uh,
one guy?
nah, when I was growing up, I wasn't the best player. I didn't I
Okay.
didn't start I didn't start really becoming good until my freshman year. Coming from GSA. Uh,
Okay.
that's when I really like developed the basketball skill. But
And for those
yeah,
who don't know, GSA is Game Day Sports Academy. It's an
yes,
outstanding organization in Bakersfield.
yeah, and so yeah, I wasn't really that good until I got older.
Okay. All right. So take me into high school, right? So
Yeah,
you leave elementary school. What high school did you go to
I
in
went to
Bakersfield?
I went to Frontier High School.
Okay. So Frontier High School. And what was that experience like? just going out of eighth grade into ninth grade. Did you play in your ninth grade year?
No, only
No,
because of COVID. I only didn't play because of COVID.
because of COVID. Okay,
Yeah.
COVID. Matter of fact, thinking of COVID, how did that impact you? Because that was your
Um,
freshman year of high school.
yeah.
What was that like, man?
It was physical wise and going like to basketball. It was bad because
Yeah,
I mean I think that's really one of the reasons why I'm really behind in basketball, or I was behind in basketball. I mean, was everybody was doing school like over the computer, but nobody could really play basketball outside or do anything activity wise. So
right, right.
um, it really did impact me in a way. But other than that, when COVID was over, I mean, I worked hard. I did what I
You
had to
got
do.
back, you got back to it.
Yeah,
Okay, so all right, so ninth grade year. So all right, so clear. So you obviously went overseas and you made that big jump. When did you? When did that happen? What was that? 10th grade year, 11th grade? When was that?
that was my 11th grade year, going into my 11th grade year.
Going
After I
into your
went,
11th.
yeah, going into my 11th grade year.
Okay, so back me up real quick. How did you find out about that opportunity to go overseas to Taiwan? How did you find out about that opportunity?
Um, actually, Kyle Shiloh, uh, Kyle,
Okay,
he's like one of the mentors from JSA. But he's also somebody who I really looked up to um, as I was out there and as he took care of me. So he's the reason why I went to Taiwan.
okay. So for those who don't know, Kyle Shiloh is a business owner in Bakersfield, California, a former overseas professional basketball player, wonderful, wonderful man, and a mentor to a lot of people in the Bakersfield area. And a good friend, I would definitely consider him a good friend of mine as well. So you heard about this opportunity with Kyle, right?
Yeah,
So this is your 11th grade year. So how old are you right? How old are you then? How old are you then?
I
16,
was
17,
yeah
maybe?
yeah 17. Yeah,
So 17 years old, you decide. So how did you decide? Because that, I mean, look, you're not going from Cali to New York, right?
yeah.
You're
Yeah.
going from Cali to Taiwan. So how did you like decide that that was the move that you was going to make? 'Cause I know Kyle's a mentor, but you going across the world, bro.
Yeah, but to be honest, I didn't want to make that decision. It
You didn't want to do
was
it.
nah. To be honest, like
Okay.
I didn't even want to. I didn't even want to go out there the first time. I heard what it was because I didn't. I knew I was gonna be homesick. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
I knew a lot of things out there, which is gonna be me sacrificing certain things. So I already knew that's not what my dream was, but I still took it.
Okay. All right. So you made a decision, kind of with Kyle, and I'm assuming family a little bit, right? All
Yeah.
right. So boom, you decided you go and go. Pack your bags. What was the transition like going from living in Bakersfield, California, to now living in Taiwan? What was
Um,
like the day that you was traveling? Like, what was that day like? The first time you traveled and you went over there, what was that like?
I felt weird, like it
Uh,
being on the plane going somewhere else other than somewhere in California. It felt weird. Um, I mean, when I first got off the plane, like
uh,
you could feel the difference, like in the air. You can smell it like it's different air. Then when they give you water, it's different. So I had to adapt to that really quick. And if I didn't, I
okay.
wasn't gonna survive, type of deal.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was a good experience.
So you had like, so when you got off the plane, you had like a team of people that was there waiting for you. And
Yeah, yeah.
okay, I got you. Okay, so then you get off the plane. So what was like the housing situation? You were staying in like apartment, you were staying in dorms, you were staying in the
I
school because
was,
now you're still in high school,
yeah,
right? So you're going basically over there to finish high school, to play basketball, and then potentially, I think go to school to college there as well,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay, so what was the living situation like?
In high school, I stayed in like the dorm slash school, so it was like I had school, but I was always sleeping in the dorm, like not that far
Okay,
from school.
right, right, right. You had a roommate,
Yeah, I had four. I had three. I had three.
three roommates. Now I remember um, that a group from Taiwan came over and we did some training and some stuff. So was Sean one of your roommates?
No, Sean was never. Sean wasn't my roommate.
So you had okay, so you had new roommates.
No, actually, I had Harris, the other one, the
Okay,
not Sean, but Harris. He was my
okay.
roommates, and I had two more younger players in my room.
Now did they all speak English?
No, only one of them did.
Okay, and was it like? Because if I'm not mistaken, Sean spoke really good English.
Yeah, Sean spoke good English, but some of them did speak pretty good English. I thought I would go
Mhm.
there and nobody really spoke English, but
Okay,
when I went there, pretty good amount of people spoke English.
got you. So all right, so this is a big transition.
Yeah,
So you get there, you're in the dorms, and then you get into school, you get into basketball, right?
yeah.
So what was like probably what was probably like the biggest challenge, I would say? What was the biggest challenge initially, right in the beginning? What was the biggest challenge?
Um, I had to develop. I had to try to develop to the environment. I mean, going there, eating the same food they ate because it was different. It was different food. Like everything out there was a big, a big step for me.
Yeah.
Going out there and learning the game, uh, going out there and practicing with them and trying to keep up with them is a whole different story.
A whole
Playing
story.
out here,
When you say a whole different story, you talking about in terms of like work ethic or skill level.
everything, work ethic, skill level is not. They there's some skilled players, but they majority go off of team basketball. So
Okay.
it was just like workouts every day. Work ethic was crazy.
Yeah.
Everybody
Well,
running.
okay, so tell me what a day looks like when it comes to just training. When you get up in the morning to the time you go to sleep, what does that look like?
I would say 6 o'clock. Wake up 6 o'clock from 10 o'clock or 10 from 6 to 11 or 6 to 12. It don't really matter. It depends on what the coach wants. So from 6 to 12, and then we get like the hour of rest.
Hmm.
So we're gonna practice from like we get like 3 hours of rest, 2 or 3, and then we get right back to practice for like 2 or 3 o'clock, and then we go from
Okay.
2 or 3 o'clock to maybe like 6 or 7, maybe 8, and then we go to sleep. So other than
Okay.
that, or yeah, so we go back to the dorms. We clean. We do we gotta do. If we have a game that day, we'll watch film, and then we go to sleep.
Right. So the work ethic and just the actual work that you're putting in is like just
Crazy.
major different. It's crazy,
Yeah,
right?
it's
Okay,
crazy.
you hitting the weight room and all that too.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Every day we lift. If we're not lifting, we just running. If it's not running, we just practicing some light.
Okay. Now you mentioned food. All right. Talk to me about the food situation because I want to know what was you eating over there, man? Because it's not. I mean, I want to. I think that they have McDonald's and things like that. But what were you eating over there?
Oh yeah, they had like McDonald's and like Burger King, whatever we had out here. They had is just like tofu and certain little foods like they ate. It really didn't go good with my stomach. So
Okay.
I was majority out there eating this McDonald's and Burger King and stuff. So I like the fast food restaurants. I was really eating that.
Right. You didn't get into sushi or anything like that yet.
Nah, sushi's pretty good, but it's just not my speed.
Okay. All right. All right. So talk to me real quick about cultural differences, right? So you come from California.
Yeah.
And like, what's some of the biggest like cultural differences that you could see in your time there?
Uh, I would say like they believe in they believe in a God that I don't believe in. Like they praise like I don't know, it's just their God is just different. Like they
Okay,
go they go like burn incense and they go like give food to the gods and it's like it's kind of weird. It's not weird to me, but it's kind of
it's
like throws me
different.
off sometimes. Yeah, like it's
Yeah, yeah,
majorly
yeah.
different.
Right,
Um,
right.
uh, other than that, that's really it. Like culturally, like I said, food, language barrier, but like doing stuff with their God is kind of weird to me. So
Okay.
I don't really like interfere with that. Interfere with that.
Okay. All right. What about the way they dress? Because I saw a picture of you. I don't want to be disrespectful to them because I don't know what it's called,
Yeah,
but it looked like you had like traditional Taiwanese garment on.
yeah.
You
Actually,
know,
that was in Japan.
that
We
was
went to
in Japan.
Japan.
Okay.
We had went to Japan and we were just like, you know, be one with the culture. But other than that,
Okay.
yeah, that was
So what?
Japan.
So you had a tournament in Japan?
Yeah, we do like every year well last year and my year and the year before me, they went to Japan and they played the Japanese teams to get better for the get ready for the high school basketball league.
Okay. Okay. All right. So boom, that's exactly where I want to go. So correct me if I'm wrong. I want to say in September 2022, you guys went to the high school championship game. Is that right?
That I think it was 23. I went
23,
there. Yeah, 22.
2020.
Yeah,
So okay, so you went to the high school championship game. What was that like?
yeah. Uh, it was difficult. Um, well, the year I played in the Final Four, the high school
Mhm.
championship, it was like everything somebody could ever imagine. Like you got fans around, you got people who love you. They sit in the crowd calling your name. Like it's a big step for people who has never been through that.
Yeah.
Like it was my first time going through it, and I was nervous. I'm not gonna lie,
Was the
I was
crowd?
really nervous.
You was
It
nervous. Was
was
the crowd like? Okay, so you know the high school crowd in California, right? Was the
yeah,
crowd the same, or was it a lot bigger crowd?
it was I was like 10 times bigger.
Yeah.
Almost every game was like 10 times bigger. You
Okay.
got like you got like pro coaches watching you. You got college coaches watching you. So like coming into the league, you got to be ready. 40 minutes, you just got to be ready.
Right, right, right. So
Yeah.
you got through the nervousness. Did you guys win the championship? How did that fare for you?
Actually, we didn't. Our first game for us to go into the championship, we lost. I think by I want to say like 15, 14, maybe.
Mhm.
It was a big loss for us. It it hurt us. It hurt us in many ways. But we made to the top three, the top
Okay.
big three. So that was kind of like inspiration. It kind of
Inspiration.
inspired us. That kind of
Uh,
inspired us to be to keep going.
right, right. So how did you bounce back? Because you said it was a big loss. How did you bounce back personally, and then how did the team bounce back?
Um, that gave me motivation to go to the next game and dominate. I mean, yeah. Uh, my team we struggled because of the first game that we did or that we
Mhm.
lost. So it kind of made our confidence lower than what we should have it.
Okay. Okay. All right. So after that, if I'm not mistaken, again, you had an injury. You had an injury
Yeah.
after that at some point, maybe like a couple
Uh,
months later, like a leg injury.
it was 2 months. It was 2 months before was 2 months before I went back. I think it was after 2 months after I got there, and then when I got there, I must have had a game, jumped wrong, and I ruptured my knee.
Hmm.
I ruptured my knee. I mean my ACL, and then I broke bones in I broke my femur bone.
Okay, so what was the rehab? So you did all the rehab in Taiwan, as you fly back home.
I did all my rehab in Taiwan.
Okay, so what was that like?
It was difficult.
Yeah,
Trying to get your leg back to what it was was one of my biggest problems. And
yeah,
it was kind of like it was just like a mental problem. I mean, it was being mentally trained is. I mean, I don't know. My mental was really like out of the water after I got hurt.
yeah. It was tough. So how did
Yeah,
you bounce back? Because you're obviously back on the court now. So how did you bounce back?
it took me a long time to bounce back. Uh,
Mhm.
like I said, it was just my mental. I just had to go through it, and when I went through it, that's what made me really come back. And talking to my family, having their motivation and them talking to me really like kept me going.
For sure, for sure. I seen a couple clips, so I know you got your bounce back.
I'm trying to get that back. It's not fully there, but I'm trying to get that
It's
back.
not full year.
Yeah,
Okay, all right. Now, so you went out there junior year. Where are you now? Because you're 19 now. So you finished
yeah.
with high school. Like academically, what's going on with you now?
Um, so now it's like I'm going into college now at this point. I'm
Okay.
going into my freshman year of college, and I'm really excited for that. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
yeah.
But that's out there. I did 3 years, 2 years. I did 2 years, 3 years, and now I'm on my way out. It was. I liked it. High school while I liked it. It was a good environment around me. People who love me,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
now I'm on my next step.
Okay, so college is going to be here in the States for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me back up real quick. How were you received? Like, how were the people towards you in Taiwan?
Oh, um, I was like one of the big names out there.
Hmm.
Even when I was hurt, when I was hurt, a lot of people didn't like me. That's honest. When I was hurt, I wasn't getting much love. People wasn't showing me love like that until I came back. But when I
Okay.
came back, I was like one of the big names out there, and that really, I like that. Like going around,
Hmm.
people want to take pictures and coming out of
Right.
games, and people still want to take pictures, or I'm signing stuff. So yeah, that was like a big step for me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can only imagine.
Yeah,
What would you say? What's your favorite like memories from being in Taiwan?
being with my teammates. I mean,
Yeah.
regardless, even if we argued, even if we wasn't like on the same page, my teammates will always be there for me, regardless on what I'm going through or how I'm feeling. They will.
Right.
I know they will always have my back.
Okay. All right. And then, so you go into your freshman year in college,
Hmm.
right? Are you playing basketball?
Of course, yeah.
Okay. What school are you going to go to?
I don't. I'm not really knowing yet until
Okay.
I start like going to the schools. Uh, I haven't really been. I just been trying to keep my head on straight and try to get back to the game. I mean, my leg, my injured leg is still like throwing me off a little bit. So I just
Okay.
been working on that really, and before I really like get back on the court.
Right. All right. So let me ask you this. How do you think like that time in Taiwan, like how did that experience? Because not every kid, not most kids don't get to do that. Right.
Yeah, yeah.
So you basically did something that's kind of like a once in a lifetime, if ever. How
Mhm.
did that affect or impact like your decisions going forward in the future for what you want to do, whether it be basketball wise or just what you just professionally?
Yeah.
How did that shape you?
I became independent
Okay.
out there. out there, it was just me. Like I tell many kids now, like the kids are asking like, how do you do it, or how like what do you do to get there? You just gotta be mentally strong and really independent.
Hmm.
Because majority of the time you just out there by yourself. You don't really have nobody like that, like no family members or nobody who you're really close with. So um, I was just I was solid on my own, trying to get
Yeah,
through life was by myself.
3 years. That was a nice little time frame, though, for
Yeah,
sure.
it was.
Nice little time frame. So let me ask you this: How do you have any passions outside of basketball? I know you like,
Um,
but what else is out there?
of course, a lot of people don't know, but I want to be like a like a computer tech or like somebody who do like engineering with like computer software and stuff. A lot of people don't know that, but yeah,
Okay. Well, listen, if that, bro, all it matters is if you know it,
yeah,
right?
of course, yeah,
So, so I'm assuming if that's what you want to do, is that what you're gearing towards when you go to school? Is that the goal?
yeah. That's one of them. That's one of my classes I want to major in college.
Okay. All right. So you talked about mentors a little bit. Let me talk to you real quick about mentors. So
Yeah,
you have this idea, basically, it sounds like an idea of working in like computer tech field.
yeah.
Do you know anybody that works in that field? Are you looking for anyone that works in that field?
Of course, I can always use more mentors and what I do. But no, right now I don't have nobody who or know nobody who's in that field. But
Okay.
I'll watch like videos or like try to go talk to little like little camps and stuff for it. But other than that, yeah, man, like I said,
Okay,
I don't.
so here, check it out. Here's a jewel for you. So something to think about. Here's a jewel for
Mm,
you. So think about the experience that you had over in Taiwan that was basically, would you consider that one of the greatest experiences that you ever had in your life?
yeah, of course,
Okay. So let's just say that's one of the greatest experiences you ever had in your life, right? And it
mm,
all came about because of what?
a mentor.
A mentor, right?
Yeah,
So if you have a dream, if say your dream is to be computer tech, right? Number one, hold on to that dream and dream as big as you can about it. That's for sure, Z. Dream as
so
big as you can about it, right? But then you got to be or find a way to be more specific about your goal, right?
yeah,
Whatever that is, you know what I'm saying? Try to be a little more specific and try to come up with a plan for what you're going to do to actually reach the goal.
yeah,
But the biggest thing you could do right now, especially while you're still figuring it out, is reach out to people online, in person, asking questions of people in that field that's doing what you want to do.
so
100%, because one thing is for sure, especially because you're a young guy, people are going to want to help you just because they see that you want to do some things outside of just sitting around the house doing nothing,
yeah,
right? So there's people that are going to help you, and never forget the fact that the greatest experience you had in your life came from a mentor. So take that same formula, mentor, whether it's one, two, or three or four mentors, and really pursue that. You have
so
any mentors that you have from Taiwan?
yeah.
Any people that
One
looked
of
out for
them,
you?
yeah, one of them was Kyle. Another one was Charles. Charles Huang, one of my agent. He he really looked after me like I was one of his sons. So and then like a lot of coaches out there show like a lot of love. So that really was motivation type of
You
deal.
still you feel like you have good relationships with those people
Yeah, of course.
still to this day?
Yeah,
Listen, bro, use those relationships, man. Use those relationships. You know, those guys care for you not just because you're in a basketball court. They care for you because they want to see you become the best version of yourself. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. You know what I mean? Like you said, like the one thing that stands out about what you said was that not a lot of people know that about you. What
yeah,
I would suggest you do is put some pressure on yourself, not basketball pressure, but pressure in terms of saying it out loud.
Yeah.
Say it out loud to the people that care for you, that could potentially help you. Say it out loud what you want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Say it out loud. Is there any? Do you have any fears around becoming like a computer tech? Is that something that's a little scary?
No, not really.
Okay, well that's good. And when I say dream big, what I would suggest you do is whatever your goal is, dream bigger than that. So much that's a little bit scary.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a little bit scary. Challenge yourself. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Like
sir.
you probably would never have thought that you would go to Taiwan and be playing in front of, I don't know, hundreds, if not thousands of people. And that nervousness that you had when you was on the floor that first couple times,
Yes,
did you
sir.
get over it? You got past it, right?
Yeah.
At a certain
Yeah.
point, and you just
Yeah.
was hooping.
For real.
Right. So you definitely want to slide and dive into something that's going to challenge you a little bit more. Now
Yes, sir.
I don't want to take too much of your time for sure because I really appreciate you being here. But your story, I believe, is really inspirational and impactful, not only for people that's watching this, but people who aren't watching it, and also for you to kind of reflect, man. Because like you know, we go through challenges, we go through struggles in life, and some of the greatest things that come out of those, the successes are the challenges and working through them. So whatever's going on with your leg, the fact that you went to a different country, you had to like, really adapt to just being with and around different people. And maybe going back home and kind of sitting into a space where it's just like, okay, I'm back into the norm, right?
Yeah.
Get outside the box, bro. Get outside the box. You
Yes,
know what I
sir.
mean? Don't settle. You experience something that most people will never experience, and sometimes even your family members can't necessarily identify because they haven't been there, right?
Yeah.
So this is I want you to play this game with me, and then we're gonna get out of here. But one of the things I want you to remember is this: one of the most important things for you is who you spend time with, who you decide to spend time with, who you decide to give your time to, right? So I
Okay.
want you to think about the people that are closest to you, right?
Mm.
Whoever those people are. Think about whoever the closest people are to you and if they're actually helping you get to your dream. And if and you got to be honest with yourself. This ain't a conversation for them. You don't tell them what you're doing, but I call it an inventory. You take an inventory
Yeah.
of who you spending the most time with. And if they're not helping you, bro, do you know what they're doing?
Weighing me down. Being a burden, basically.
They hurting, they hurting, right? So it's
Yeah.
not about. I'm not telling you to cut off your friends. I'm not telling you to cut off your family, but I will be honest with you. Keep it 100. That your family will sink you sometimes quicker than your friends. So you got to have an honest conversation with yourself because you got a bigger dream. You definitely
Yes, sir.
still want to play basketball,
Yeah.
but you got a bigger dream that's probably bigger than the environment potentially than you're living in.
Yeah.
And don't ever let that go. And don't be afraid to make some hard decisions because you 19, you basically a grown man. You got whiskers on your face. You know what I mean? You about to
Yeah.
be you a grown man. You about to go into another phase. And this is a major, major time for you to make the decisions for you. You're
Yeah.
gonna have people that potentially will say, hey, look, Z, this is a good opportunity for you over here. I think you should do this. I think you should do that. Your dream is your dream, bro.
Yes, sir.
It belongs to you, doesn't belong to anybody else. All right, never forget
Yes, sir.
that. All right, look. All right, I got a couple quick questions for you. Imagine this. It's called Imagine If.
Okay.
Imagine if you could combine your passion for basketball with your interest in computers, let's just say, because that's what you
Mm.
said. You can
Yeah.
combine your passion with basketball with computers to create a business. What kind of entrepreneurial venture could you see yourself pursuing? If you
I
can
think
combine, if you can marry the two, what would that look like for you as a business?
I think I would be like it would be like a video game creation. Only because I like I like basketball and I like I like fixing and doing computers. So it either be like a little either a video game or I would make probably like I would have my business of computers around like basketball, majority of basketball. So it'd be like it'd be computer based, but I would still have like my dream still going with that business. Like
Okay.
my basketball dream will always go with me. So
Okay.
regardless, I would have that basketball environment around my business.
Around your business. All right. Now,
Yeah.
side question before we go back to Imagine If. Is that possible for you to do that? Is it
Yes.
possible? It's possible,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Never forget that. It's possible. It's
Yes, sir.
possible. It's possible for you. All right. Imagine if you can invite four players, dead or alive. I know you're a young buck, but dead or alive, you can invite four players to hoop with you. Who's on your squad? Who's on your team? I mean,
Uh,
obviously you won. Who was the other four? Who you hooping with?
I would say Allen Iverson,
Okay.
um, Prime Allen Iverson, Derrick Rose. I would want to talk to Shaq. I wouldn't necessarily want to play with him. I would want to talk to Shaq
You were who?
and Shaq,
Who?
Shaquille O'Neal,
Okay, Shaq. Okay, okay. All right.
and my last one, I'll have to go with LeBron, of course.
Okay. Now I was about to say, because you know you ain't getting no shots. You got Shaq, you got
I
AI.
mean, it's just like I just like the like I would just want to talk to him, like play with him. It'll be cool, but like picking their brain and being able to pick out the game they have. That's what I would want to. That's what that'd be my main focus from now. If that was the case, to be able to
Okay.
see them,
All
talk to
right.
them.
And the last question off of that is if you had those four, y'all played your game, y'all were in Taiwan, where are you taking them to eat after the game?
Oh, a
In,
steakhouse,
in Taiwan. In
a
Taiwan.
steakhouse, a steakhouse.
Steakhouse. Is it a
Yeah.
specific steakhouse?
Stanley Steaks. That's
Stanley
the best for me.
Steaks.
Yeah,
That's the spot.
yeah. For me, I guess for
Okay.
me.
Okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. Listen, Z, man, I appreciate your time, bro. I just want you to remember something. You know, the goal that you had, that dream that you basically laid out. You basically laid it out. You
Yes,
basically
sir.
laid out the dream around computers and business. That dream didn't just come to you for no reason.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? It didn't just come to you for no reason. It's not some like crazy off the wall fantasy, regardless of what you see around you, because more than likely, you probably don't have people that are working in that specific space in that business
Yeah.
every single day around you. But like you said, it's possible.
Yes, sir.
So I strongly encourage you to dig into that dream right now and start doing some research on how you can start to put those two together and what that could potentially look like. And it may change too. That's fine. But never let that go, bro. Never let
Yes,
that
sir.
go. That opportunity that you had to go overseas, those
Yeah.
relationships that you have, keep those relationships fresh, bro. Tap in with them. You never know what those relationships can be. And I would strongly encourage you to start now in terms of like building your dream and start in terms of really looking at your goal and developing a plan. So it's cool to have a dream, right? But
Yeah.
if you don't have a goal and a plan, think about the game, right? Y'all want to win a chip, right? You don't
Hmm.
just go and just hoop.
Yeah.
You have an actual game plan for how you're going to break that particular team down. So do the
Yeah.
same thing. You know what I mean? Because the real thing about it is you're a superhero right now, bro. You are a superhero. You in like no, seriously, you in the prime of your physical like being, right?
Yeah.
But if you're blessed, you're not going to be a superhero forever, right? If you're blessed, you're not going to be superhero forever. So if you are blessed, you are going to be old longer than you are young.
Yeah.
You know, it's important for you right now to start designing your life now while you're young so that, things will go the way that you want versus
Yeah.
you waiting until you're 29 to start focusing on what we just talked about, which is the dream that came to you and it only belongs to you, doesn't belong to anybody else.
Yes,
You
sir.
know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, man. Listen, it's been a
Oh,
wonderful conversation, bro. I want you to hold on for a second. Wow, that was a great conversation with my man Zykiar. Z Henderson. I appreciate him for his time. And just like Z, you have the ability to design your life. And a lot of times, the opportunities that you have, they may be a little bit scary. They may be a little bit weird, if you will. But those opportunities, in many cases, are the opportunities that can change your life. Those are the relationships that can change your life. So never be afraid to step outside of the box. He flew across the world and changed his life with an opportunity. But the opportunity only presented itself because he took action, because he worked with mentors, because he put the work in. Along with all of the adversity and challenges he went through, he kept pushing, and his dream is in front of him. And I truly believe that he will make it. So, just like Z, I want you to remember that you are a champion and you have the ability to design your life. That was a wonderful episode. I want you to stay tuned. Tune in next week. We have another beautiful episode, another wonderful conversation with Design Your Life. My name is Coach Bay. Have a wonderful day. Design Your Life. Peace.
Design your life. You gotta dream it, like you mean it. Embrace the vision, no need to conceal it. Tell the masterpiece, the colors so bright. Aim for the stars, reach new heights. Align your life, don't let it design you. Chase your dreams, make them all come true. Dance to the rhythm, move with the beat. You're the creator, get up on your feet. Yeah, you gotta dream it, like you mean it. Embrace the vision, no need to conceal it. Vision masterpiece, the colors so bright. Aim for the stars, reach new heights. Design your life, don't let it design you. Chase your dreams, make them all come true. Dance to the rhythm, move with the beat. You're the creator, get up on your feet.